Come on in.
How we doing, guys?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. Kaden Miller.
Nick.
Nick?
Mike.
Mike?
Yeah. Pat.
Brad? Nice to meet you, Brad.
Good to meet you.
What are you guys doing today?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
Oh, doing great. Just had some good lunch down there. You guys ever been to Cunningham's down there? In Kearney, Cunningham's on the lake?
Yeah, it's not too shabby.
That's pretty good. Really good. Really good.
What do we got today?
Well, heard you guys were doing a little project on down by the hotel.
Yeah.
You guys working on a lot of projects during the year?
Oh, yeah, we try to keep fairly busy. I know we probably do a dozen, 18 projects a year. So.
Yeah. Is this a busy time of the year right now?
Usually not, but this year's been extremely busy for us. So
Really?
yeah, we've been keeping going, and I haven't been looking for work, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. I understand that. You get busy. Stuff gets a little tough sometimes, but
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, we got a little issue, I guess, with our water containment.
yeah. So explain that. What problems you guys have?
Well, so we got to expand the parking lot down there. You know, obviously we got a little bit of some ponds that we have to kind of take into account as we expand that parking lot. You know, obviously we can't just fill those in, otherwise we're going to start flooding it. Last thing,
Absolutely.
like last thing Eunice wants is a bride walking across the parking lot in 6 inches of water. So,
Right.
so obviously we got to figure out a plan. How we address that and, you know, have a nice successful outcome.
So
So
these ponds, right, where you want to expand to, there's no
Yes.
other room to expand. It's
you know,
you got it right
there-
here.
that's about the only place we can go.
Yep. Do you guys have any ideas so far, or you guys?
We're still kind of going through that design phase, figuring out what our options are, see what we can handle. So
Right.
obviously we got to probably take into account some drainage or some containment systems. So heard you might have some possibilities that we.
Yeah, I have a
feel
few
like-
ideas. I'd love to share them with you if you guys are open to it.
Yeah.
One of them is we have this Landmax water solutions. It is absolutely perfect for parks and parking lots especially. It goes right underneath the concrete. It's super efficient. It's super cheap. It is very long lasting. So what happens is you put it right under the parking lot, you pour that dirt over top of it. It is a piping system that kind of takes the water runoff from off the streets or off the parking lot, and it holds it there. And the difference between this one and other ones is it doesn't let it rush in right away and rush out right away, but it holds it for a while and then it kind of slowly lets it out. So it is super environmentally friendly. It's really good for parking lots. It's the best for parking lots.
So does it soak away, or does it drain out to the canal, or?
So what we would do is we would have that unit in place, and then it would soak into that. And then when that would get to a point where it would fill up, we'd have pipes that would run it through, and we would go down to the canal or go down somewhere, and it would just slowly drain out. Brand new environment. It would be super awesome. There would be no flooding. It would be everything you guys need.
How big is it?
It's probably about 30 by 30 feet. You know, it's pretty big size.
So how many? I mean, you know, with the parking lot that we got, I don't know, Nick, how big is that thing?
I don't see no room up on.
I think about an extra 100 stalls. I mean, you know, with the parking lot we got, is that gonna be able to hold enough, or?
Here's a few options that we have here. You can either put in multiple units, or we could put in some drainage basins. And if we use those drainage basins, the amount of rain that we would have here, it would hold enough if we have 1 or 2 units, depending on the site. We'd probably have to go look at the site. But depending on it also constantly releases, and that's what the slow part is. It slowly releases, so it doesn't all hold up in one time and release all at one time, or you know, as soon as it floods, it doesn't all release. So it holds and it slowly lets it out, and then when it fills up, it goes down, it fills up and goes down, and it's absolutely perfect.
So it's kind of like a little bit of a septic system then.
A little bit, yeah.
So what's the advantage of the slow release?
So the advantage of the slow release is you kind of have the control of the water, right? You know, if it would go right away, you know, it'd be rushing out. We'd have a whole bunch of flooding somewhere else. We don't want flooding anywhere else. We want to take care of this problem right here and right there. So what it does is it holds it, slowly releases it, and then it just runs down. And when you slowly release water, obviously, you know, there's not going to be big problems with flooding or with the movement of dirt or anything like that. It'll slowly release it out, and then once it's all gone, then, you know, it'll be ready for more water when it rains next time.
So I'm just curious, I'm not an engineer like these guys or anything, but so you basically, the parking lot's gonna flood to some extent since it's a slow release.
No.
So we might have customers, their customers waiting.
The parking lot will not, flood because it slowly releases while sitting in the container underground, not the water on top of the,
Okay, so there's
Parking lot.
a container underneath. the
Yes,
lot.
yeah.
I see.
So,
Yeah, how much could that land max, the 30 by 30 you suggest, how much should that actually will be?
Exact figures, I don't know, but I can tell you it would be enough for the amount of rain that we have here in Nebraska. I mean, if it would have to be something drastic for it not to be able to contain it, something major.
what was stand 100-year flood
100-year flood?
or 100-year rain?
It's durable for 75 years. It's got a 75-year life warranty on it, or life expectancy on it. Like I said, it is very long lasting, it is very efficient, it is very cheap.
What's it made out of?
So you have options here. You can make it out of what the best product, plastic. Plastic is the best product here. There's no eroding, there's no corroding on plastic. It'll sit there for a while, and then, you know, after 75 years, hopefully if you guys go own that place, you can just replace it again. It's also super easy to install too. If we ever went down there, I could show you how to install it. It is very easy. Won't take too long to put in, and then you guys can put that dirt right over top of it. You can put the concrete right over top of it, and you guys have yourself a parking lot.
So I guess the one thing I got, you know, my biggest concern, obviously cars leak oil, gas, whatnot. I mean, what are we gonna, you know, obviously right now we have a pond, so it'll set there,
Right.
but. I mean, are we taking that into account with these, or can we?
So if you guys want to take this into account, we also have another product that we are offering. There is a kind of like a pollutant type. What's the word I'm thinking of? It's kind of just like a cleanse, kind of like it runs through and it cleans the water, and you'll put it right. Yeah, kind of like a separator a little bit. You'll put it right on top of there, and when the water and the oil and all that runs through, it'll knock out all the toxins and all the bad stuff, pretty much, you know. And it'll run it clean, and then it'll go right through that water where that water's at, and then once it goes through the pipes and out into the world, it's fine. It's just normal water, and then you have to perform some maintenance on that. But I mean, at the same time, cars aren't leaking an insane amount of oil sitting on parking lots where it'll be too big of an issue. It'll be perfect just for that little bit that it'll spill and then get collected in the rainwater. It'll be perfect to clean that up.
So you're continually having to buy that cleansing liquid for the.
No, it is a product that we use. It's a machine that's about this big, and it's self-sustaining, and it'll clean it constantly. And then you probably have to service that maybe once every 5 years, once every 10 years, maybe.
So when you said it's a machine that's siphoning the sludge and stuff out of it, I guess. I mean, are we talking about a piece of power equipment that's buried in the parking lot, or what? I mean, how are you doing this?
So it's a little hard to explain. I mean, if we went out into the site, it would be a little bit easier to explain. It would be super easy. I'd tell you how it is. I'd show you the product. I'd be like, it's right here. Also, if you want to take a look on our website, we have all of our products on our website. It goes into very good detail with them all. But yeah, it is a machine that runs, and it's a circulatory system, and
Is it accessible, or, I mean, obviously we got, you know, if we're under a parking lot, we want to make sure it's at least accessible in case, I know you're saying once every 5 years for maintenance, but you know, if something goes wrong, it gets plugged up, obviously
Right. What we would do is we would make it accessible. We would obviously come up with a plan. We would have a plan in place, and we'd make it accessible, right? We wouldn't screw you guys over. We wouldn't make you, you know, put something in the ground and then 10 years later, like, crap, we got to dig this up because, bro, no, we would do it right the first time. We'd go look at it, we'd go put it in, and everything would be.
How much has this thing been tested? I mean,
It's been tested a lot. We have plenty of sites on our article, plenty of or on our website, plenty of sites where we show examples. We have it in over, I think, 20 states and over 100 locations where we have used this exact system. It is really good for you guys' parking lot. I had that call that you guys needed the parking lot. I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what they need. This is what it's going to be perfect for them, and it's going to be the best scenario first of all.
You get a reference from any one of your previous owners, or one that we could give a shout to, and just to see how it works?
Yeah, down by the hotel, there was a movie theater, kind of right by it. It got flooded, And they're working on rebuilding it, and the guy, he lives down in Colorado and he hasn't worked on it much. We've been in contact with him, and this is our first guy in Kearney. Because I'm from Omaha, so I don't really have this territory much, so there's not a lot of people here in Kearney for references, but here in Kearney, there's one. And we're talking of getting him the same exact product because his parking lot flooded and it shut down their whole business for a year or two and it hasn't been running since. And so we've been in contact with him and we're gonna do the same thing there too. So we think it is the best thing for parking lot flooding.
So I didn't mean to interrupt. You're good. The EPA, I mean, is this approved by the EPA? I mean, we're saying we're flushing crap down.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Canal.
Yeah, no, there's no shady business about this at all. It's all.
No, it's not shady business, but do you
No,
have certification from the EPA saying that this is maintained, that it'll meet whatever standards they have?
What we
You gotta
do,
do something.
what we would do is we would get it before we put it in. If we wanted to move forward with this, I would get you guys the certifications and we would make sure everything is 100% code. Right before we do anything.
Yeah, because I mean, as we were working with the design team, we're gonna probably need some engineering support on this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Kind of seems like a pretty new product. Obviously, we want to make sure, we're looking for long-term solutions here that are, gonna be worth it to the hotel and to the conference center. So we want to make sure we're doing it right the first time.
Yeah.
What I don't want to do is get a call when we get a big rain that hey, parking lot's flooded.
Yeah.
So that's the last call I like to get at 11 o'clock at night from an owner.
No, yeah, nobody wants that call. And I probably walk in here and you're like, why should I trust this guy? But here's the thing. This is what I always like to see. You come in, why not trust somebody the first time, right? Everyone gets that first shot. If you don't give somebody the first shot, if you don't trust somebody the first time, nothing will move forward. You would have to always have that first little experiment, first little whatever to gain that trust. But if we go in this and we trust each other, I trust you, you trust me, we can get something done. We can get you guys a parking lot and we can have more people in your hotel.
Okay.
So I can definitely say from the purchasing side of stuff that I would need more documentation as to what you're really actually accomplishing there, because the last thing we want is beside a flood parking lot. We don't want to get a call from the EPA.
And if you want to talk about this more, we could set up a meeting later and I can bring some
It's a big deal.
documentation. Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a big deal. You definitely don't want to be screwing around with any of that stuff at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you guys are interested with this, I can get you in touch with the manufacturer. You won't be buying from me, obviously, I'm the supplier. But if you guys are interested with it, we can definitely move forward. We can set up a meeting. We can bring some presentations.
Yeah,
we would have to.
Yeah, we'd have to definitely get into that because I think it's something we want to try to look at, but I think Mike brings up a good point. We don't want to get the hotel in any issues with the EPA and
we're all in agreement with that. None of us want to get the hotel in trouble here. No one wants any of that.
do you have any brochures or anything you can share with us or today or?
I do not, but are you guys free next Friday? We could set up a meeting then. I could bring some there.
We could do some of that,
Yeah.
but I think the thing we want to do is delve into a little deeper into the nuts and bolts, because
Right.
I understand your sales and we're getting a sales program right now. Tell me a little bit about if we move forward with this, what kind of lead time are we looking at to get this accomplished?
So when is your guys' deadline? When do you guys want this parking lot?
We gotta be done by August.
August? Absolutely. So we got a whole summer that we can work through. Pretty much whenever you guys are available, I can get you in contact with the manufacturers. We can go down to the site, we can set up a time, we can look at it. And if we get stuff set up, I wouldn't say it would take more than a month to install.
Who's doing the installation?
We would be doing the installation, not me, obviously, but our team at SAD, we would be doing the installation.
So you're saying once we pull the trigger in 30 days, we'd have it done? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying 30 days wouldn't be too bad of a guess. I'm saying we could have that thing up and running pretty quick.
Right, but we need more to guess. I mean, we owe it to the customer.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would need to see your site too. I mean, there's stuff I need to see with your guys' stuff too. More information about you guys. It's not only more information you need from me, there's more information I need from you to get a definite answer on that one. And so
What do you need from us?
I think going down to the site would be seeing it, maybe some site plans, obviously.
We can provide those, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I really think we can work together and get this done. I I think that this is a really good product for you guys. This will be perfect for exactly what you need. There will be no problems with any flooding at all.
So if we do run into some flooding, who do we call?
Well, you call me and I'll pretty much tell you, well, we screwed up, but that ain't gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen. I have 100% confidence in this product right here. I've been working for. I've just started here recently, but this is my favorite product that we have for this type of situation. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I gotta be honest with you. Every salesman tells me the same story.
You know what? That might be true.
I think what we need to do, obviously, both guys communicate, we need to get back together. But I think you're gonna have to come in with some more information, some concrete information.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of stuff we're hearing right now is just smoke and mirrors.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I don't mean that against you, but that's just kind of the way it is.
No, yeah, I will definitely do that.
We're
We'll come
gonna
back.
nail some of this stuff down.
Absolutely. We don't want to move forward with anything unless we do have it nailed down. That's a great point. We can definitely provide you with more documentation, more facts.
I think it would be good to go see another site, that's been, I guess when did they start going in here recently?
I think our company started doing this here around, again, I was hired a year or two ago, but I think they've been doing this here for 4 or 5 years. This product's been around for 4 or 5 years. Never had any complaints about it. I've never had to deal with anything with this product, with any downsides. I've never received that call.
Okay.
So we've had a lot of good reports with this product.
In 4 years, you're guaranteeing 75-year like full-time coverage, or what was that again?
So the life expectancy on this product is a 75-year life expectancy. With the plastic going in, you don't run the risk of eroding a metal. You don't run the risk of busting really a pipe because it's plastic. Plastic's pretty good underneath the surface with the water. So yeah, it's got a longer life expectancy if you choose to go with the plastic.
So one question I got, we're close to the river and the canal, so we're gonna have, we got a high water table. We start talking water, plastic tanks. I guess the concern kind of arises, sometimes that water pressure likes to push those up. How are we? So I guess what's your guys' solution to that? That's a pretty good sized tank, and if it's say there's not a lot of water in it, it can be pretty buoyant. And what I don't want is start coming up and popping up that parking lot, and then all of a sudden I got $100,000 bill in my.
Yes. So Kearney recently went through 2 years ago. We had a flood and it destroyed everything, right? There was flooding up to the streets and about every store you could think of. But the best businesses, the ones that survived the most, were ones that had products similar to these, where they had underground piping systems that slowly drained out. They are secured down they're secured down through bolts, and they got a nice little secure bed underneath where we secure that down. We have a little foundation underneath where you put it on top. But the best businesses were the ones that decided to go with a product similar to this. They had the most success with clearing the water out faster, and they had the least amount of damage. So you probably do have a lot of questions about this. I can definitely come back with more information. But if you guys are interested with it, I definitely think we could set up a meeting in the future and try to get this thing moving forward.
Yeah, I think like Mike said,
we're anxious to hear more. It was kind of next time we get together, I want to make sure we got a little more detailed information, stuff we can really kind of cross the T's and dot the I's
Right.
type deal.
Absolutely. When are you guys free? You guys have next Friday? You guys free next Friday? We can go down to Cunningham's like I was talking about. It's a great place. We could talk. I bring some documentation.
Yeah.
We can really get this thing moving.
sure, I think we could do that.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I think this was a really good talk. It was great to meet you guys.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
If you need anything, look on our website. You can find my contact information there. And it's great to meet you guys.
Okay, take care.
Have a good evening.